Southern Art Gallery, and today we are going to be looking at the Davinci samples. This little sample kit that we received that I actually ordered. And I have swatched out all the colors here. You can see these are the samples that most of them, there are a few that I already had on my palette and they are on a different page, but we'll look at those in a second. But this little, you can get this little sample kit if you're not familiar with Davinci. Davinci is an American company and they have very transparent, beautiful pigments. I've used Davinci for years and they are quite a value when it comes to watercolor paints because you can get them in the large 37 milliliter tubes and they go much further. So anyway, there's not a lot on YouTube about Davinci, so I thought I would put this out in case you're curious about Davinci's paints. The different colors in this sample, let me just show them to you right here, it'll be easier. Okay, this is Cadmium Yellow Lemon, this is Hansa Yellow Light, this is Cadmium Yellow Medium, this is Hansa Yellow Deep, this is Davinci Orange, this is Cadmium Red Light, this is Davinci Red, and this is Quinacridone Red. This is Red Rose Deep, which is a PV19, and this is called Opus, which looks like opera. It's a PR122. Ultramarine Violet, which is a PV15. This is Davinci Violet, Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine, Cobalt Turquoise, and Phthalo Green. This is Hooker's Green. This is Leaf Green. Oh, and I have a little contamination there, sorry. And this is Yellow Ochre. This is Quinacridone Gold. This is Burnt Sienna Deep. This is Terracotta. This is Burnt Umber, and this is Payne's Gray. And it comes in this cute little cardboard case. So anyway, we're going to do some mixing. And as you can see over here, here are the colors that are actually swatched out. And I won't go through all of those again, but since we want this to be a short video, I think we will just try mixing some of these colors and see what we get. So the first one I have out here is the Cadmium Yellow Lemon. So let's try something different. Let's mix it with the Cobalt Turquoise. And that's really too far down there, so let's put it down here. We'll try to get several swatches in on this and see it makes a really vivid green, if you can see that. Can you see that? Okay. It's a really vivid green. And then if you add a little more turquoise, let's see what we get. It's actually very bright, which isn't surprising because those are both very bright colors. Now if we take, let's try something different. Let's try the Cadmium Yellow Lemon. And let's mix it with Burnt Sienna Deep and see what happens. That'll be kind of fun. See what we get there. Kind of a very pretty earthy orange when you get that. It's very pretty orange there. I like that. And I should be writing this down. Whenever you do these mixes, don't do what I do. Always write down what the mixture is so you will remember. Okay, this is Hansa Yellow Light. So let's try to see what we get with some greens. Let's try Hansa Yellow Light and Cobalt Blue and see what we get. We get a really nice soft blue. And if we add a little more of the Hansa, which is a great color, by the way. This is a great, Hansa Yellow Light is a great yellow to have on your palette. See, it makes a beautiful green, very natural green. Okay, let's try the Hansa Yellow Light. And let's mix it with ultramarine and see what we get. This is their ultramarine. that's going to be a really pretty green, and it is. It's just a gorgeous. Davinci mixes beautifully. I have been extremely satisfied with these paints. And you're seeing the pilling here because this is very inexpensive paper. So that has nothing to do with the paints itself. Okay, this one is Cadmium Yellow Medium. So let's try that with, what do we want to try? Let's mix it with Payne's Gray. That'll be kind of fun. See what we get. And we get another beautiful earthy kind of green. I hope you can see that. Beautiful green there. So these unconventional mixes, you know, it's really amazing what you can get if you experiment with the different colors. Let's try the cadmium, and I don't use cadmium yellow, by the way, because cadmiums are supposedly toxic, and they're very opaque, so I don't tend to use them, but they are really pretty colors. So what do we want to mix the cadmium yellow medium with? Let's try mixing it with yellow ochre. See what we get. Well, that's not very exciting, is it? It's not surprising though, because they're both opaque colors. So I wouldn't think you get kind of a little bit lighter yellow ochre there. Okay, the next one we have is Hansa Yellow Deep, and this is a PY65 in case you're curious about that. Let's do some reds, mix with some reds. Let's take Davinci Red. Let's see, of course we'll get an orange, but let's see what kind. I bet we get a bright orange, and we did. Look how bright a red orange right there. Beautiful color. Beautiful color. Let's move this over a little bit. All right, now let's try the Hansa Yellow Medium. Let's try that with one of our blues. Let's try that with our turquoise and see what happens. I have discovered that turquoise is a wonderful mixing color. You would never think it, but it really is. Of course, that's a really fluorescent green. So let's put a little more turquoise in there and see if we can get a prettier color than that. You can mix these beautiful sea greens if you get it just right. But turquoise and lemon yellow makes a beautiful sea green. This one, that's a little too bright for me. Right there. Okay, now we have Davinci Orange, which, oh my goodness, that is a bright color. Now if you take orange and you mix orange with purple, let's see what we get, and that is Davinci Violet. You should get a brownish, oh I used too much violet on that. Okay, hang on a second. Let's try that again. We should get a brown, and we do, because they cancel each other out, because they are complements. But I will show you something else. If you take Davinci Orange and you mix it with ultramarine, you should get a beautiful gray if we do it right. Let's see here. Well, we got a purple, so we need to add more ultramarine here. Okay, well that didn't work. It's supposed to be a gray. Okay, so we do have an absolutely beautiful purple though from mixing that, which is not what I would have expected. See, you never know. You just never know what you're... Uh-oh. Oh, that was just something that fell on the floor. Okay. Alrighty, sorry about that. Okay, now we have Davinci Red. Okay. And that was Davinci Orange and Davinci Violet excuse me, Davinci Orange and Ultramarine that made that beautiful violet. And this is Davinci Red, so let's put it with, well, let me clean my brush first. Let's put it with Ultramarine and see what we get. See what kind of violets we get there. Okay, and we get a redder violet. Ooh, we get a nice bluey violet there. That's very pretty color. Very pretty color. Okay, and the last one we have over here is Quinacridone Red, which, if you know Quinacridone Red, you know that it's very pink. So let's take it with Cobalt Blue and see what happens. It really pays to take your time and actually do these mixing charts, because the next time you're looking for a particular color, if you write this down, you will know what, look at that beautiful, beautiful violet that makes. That makes a gorgeous violet. All right, let's go back to our Davinci Red here. Let's mix it with something different. What do we want to mix it with? How about Ultramarine Violet? This is a lighter violet, very soft violet. So let's see what we get when we mix that together. And you get a reddish violet. And the wonderful thing about mixing colors is that you really don't have to purchase all these different colors if you learn to mix them. Let's see if we can get a black. Okay, if we took phthalo green and we took, let's take Red Rose Deep and see if we can get a black. We're getting there, getting close. Let's add a little more green, because most phthalo green with any dark red should give you a black. There it is. There it is. There's our black. Isn't that awesome? Okay. I didn't mix all these, but I think that gives you a real good idea of what you can do with a limited palette if you are just take the time to learn to mix your colors. And I hope you found this helpful, and I will continue to be exploring the different brands of paint, and we will see what we find when we mix these colors. And thank you for being here.